group meetings. I just talked to this botanist the whole time. And I didn't even talk to him. I just said, tell me about what it is you do. I don't know anything about botany. And they talked till like midnight or something for like 4 hours. And Dale Carnegie didn't even say anything. He just asked him a couple questions and let this guy talk. And when the party was over and when he left, the botanist went to the host of the party and goes, that's the most interesting guy I've ever met in my life. Said he was a great conversationalist and all this other stuff, and he never even said anything, right? But again, for each of the 4 topics that I'm going to talk about, I am a visual person, so I like to have all that stuff going on. There's another story in there that talks about there is a particular animal that a lot of us know that its only job is to make you feel good. Okay? Does anybody know what that animal is? A dog. Birds have to chirp and sing and all this other stuff, and there's only one animal that just makes people feel good. So I had listened to that before, and I actually just got a brand new puppy 2 weeks ago. So we brought the puppy, so I wanted to bring Tika up here. Is she awake back there, Chrissy? All right. Come here, Tika. Come here. Tika, come here, girl. Come here. Come here. Come here, girl. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Who here has a dog? What happens when you walk in the room? It's over there on the table. When you walk into a room and that dog, as they say in the book, jumps out of its skin just to see you. It doesn't matter what's going It doesn't matter what's going on during the day, but that dog's only job is to be happy to see you. And how many of us take it for granted with our own dogs? I had 2 other small dogs that I just had to put to sleep last year, and I was actually having a talk with Carly. With this dog, I've been so different, and it's been a completely different experience for me. She's just the love of my life now. Besides Carly, of course, who's in the back of the room. But I wanted to open it up now to anybody who's had an experience of being more interested in somebody else than being interesting and talking the whole time. And maybe something they've gotten out of it or achieved out of it. And
It actually wasn't necessarily a personal experience of mine, but several years ago, some of my clients are financial advisors, and they target different parts of different industries. And this particular fellow was hired by the group to come in and speak and tell them why he was so successful. And he was doing about $500,000 a year in production, very successful young man. And he told a story that just resonated with me. His target market was small business owners. So he was talking to the group of very sophisticated people, and he said, these people are the type of people you've got to get in early to see, first of all. So he used to have breakfast appointments all the time. So he was in this small business, and he was talking to this owner, and there was 2 of them, but only one was there at this time. And he spent, his whole line for his whole sales process was, tell me how you started your business. And then he'd sit there and just listen, and they'd tell him everything. Small business owner was obviously proud of what he did, and he told him the story. So one day he was doing this, and he was making all kinds of money. Everybody loved him, and he was selling all kinds of insurance and financial planning services. A partner was walking down the hall about 8:30 in the morning, and they were just kind of about an hour into their appointment. And he yells over to his partner and said, hey, Fred, would you come in here? He said, I want to introduce you to Jack. He knows more about insurance than anybody I've ever talked to. He never mentioned one word about insurance. And he said this process he did happened over and over and over again. So the message is obviously focus on the people, and they'll appreciate you, and they'll give you an opportunity to use your services.
Absolutely. And on business and on personal as well. Anybody else have a story about that?
I would like to add to that. How much more fun is it to sit down with a person and say, tell me about your life, tell me about your business, tell me about this, than it is to memorize your sales pitch and nervously get in there and hope they don't see through it. That makes your life so much fun to just show up and say hey, let's be friends. I bet that guy likes his job a whole lot more than anybody else.
That's what I'm getting at with starting this whole business networking thing, because we're all friends here, and I'm sure we all want to rather work with friends than work with strangers who we just meet and such. So it's gonna be better and better and better.
Yeah, it's awesome. Hey, Thomas. But what you were saying, I have a landscaping company, so I'm selling out, but I'm full of energy. Love meeting people. always have a positive mental attitude, but when I'm always out meeting people, I'm always interested in what other people have to say. Just yesterday, how many times I'm just at a gas station pumping gas, people are they're just talking to me. I just say, hey, how's it going? They just tell me their whole life. I see someone's Corvette, I saw this guy's Corvette, and then it's a sweet Corvette. Next thing you know, he went on and on. He had been sitting inside his Corvette, it was cool too, just by I met quite a few people who worked at bars, and I mean, you're a really cool guy. Hey, come by on whenever days and just ask for me and I'll hook you up with a drink.
On the personal side or the business side?
I'm like, I really don't drink that much, but yesterday this guy was at the gas station, the same thing happened. So I'm an executive chef at Bill and Tony's at this Italian restaurant. He said,
Do you have a room we can use?
he said, I'll be here Friday, Saturday, ask for Robert, and I'll cook you dinner, man. Awesome. Awesome, though. Awesome.
Cars, you give them to those people that you meet like that.
The summary I got out of that, was make others feel important. You know, how it doesn't matter how you do it. There's no real techniques. Everybody's different. Everybody's got a different thing that they do. But just make other people feel important. And it's kind of the law of reciprocity as well. When you do that for somebody, they kind of feel like they got to do it back for you. You know? And to illustrate that point, to lead me to the next one, when you do something for somebody else, how they say, okay, I guess I should maybe do that for them. The next one, this is a simple one that I got out of this, was smile. That's Carrie's favorite. Then we'll ask you to share in just a second for sure. If you've ever been walking through the mall and you see somebody who's just kind of frowning or whatever it is, and they're all kind of glum, you don't really want to, well, some of us may want to smile at them or whatever, but if you see somebody laughing and smiling and having a good time, you kind of almost laugh at the same time, right? We talk about yawning. You yawn, other people yawn with you, right? So we're going to do a little exercise, okay? I need everybody to remain quiet, but I need everybody to stand up for a second. And we're going to take about a minute, about 90 seconds, and you're going to walk around the room frowning, the biggest frown you can frown, and shaking hands with other people in the room. Keep quiet, just frown, and walk around the room and shake hands with them.
I said frowning, no laughing.
It's too hard to do.
I know, right? I'm trying to
Yeah, I do want to stand.
I just think about it for this in my car.
30 seconds.
Did that kill the frown because the hand was too big?
You're not very good at this. All right, everybody start making your way back to your seats. Kind of tough to do sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially in a room like this. Kind of tough to frown and be around other people.
Frown, so it's like,
Yeah, it's too hard. I don't even know how to do it anymore.
like it.
Everybody back to your seats. It's a perfect frown.
It's true. There's more muscles with the frown.
But what happened? A couple people started smiling and a couple other people started laughing, right? When the other person you were looking at was frowning and you started smiling and laughing, what did the other person start doing? Smiling and laughing. All right? Here's an action step that I want to encourage people to do. And you're going to freak some people out doing it. I promise you're going to freak some people out doing it, but it will just make your day, okay? And even if you're the shyest person on the planet, because to give an example, I am what I call a situational extrovert, okay? I would much rather be sitting at home, doing kind of nothing, but when I am in a certain environment, I'm able to put on a show, okay? But
Are you faking right now?
not faking, but internally I like my mic time. No, it wasn't bad. No. But what I want you guys to do now is I want you to stand up, and we won't do it as long, so you don't have to walk as far unless we really want to. Stand up and just smile and laugh and whatever, and go and shake your hand and introduce yourself to people. Introduce yourself.